Alright everybody, what is going on? Tonight I'm kind of doing something different. Taking a little step out from the videos that I normally make to make it's a tips and tricks video, but it's in a different way. What I really wanted to do was take a moment to show off this website called Maxroll. They do Diablo 2, Diablo 3 content, and it's just set up so well that I think they need some recognition. And I want to kind of show out how their site works because, pre-game, pre-launch for Diablo 2, there's a tremendous amount of information here that you can look through, read through. They explain things, there's resources, there's planners, there's everything you need to do. So we're going to kind of go through this bit by bit just because I really think they need to be shown off. And I've seen some other content creators will, link them in their descriptions or they'll mention them briefly, but no one's really showed off what they have to offer. So we're just gonna kind of look up their setup. This is gonna be mainly geared towards Diablo 2 because I'm also using this as kind of a Diablo 2 tips and tricks type thing. But as a tip and trick, I'm gonna say this is one of your best resources out there for the game, and it's coming up soon. Thursday this is launching. It's going to be a great time. So let's dive in here and check out the site. So it's d2.maxroll.gg, and this is the homepage here. So right down here, then they have some of the guys that are streamers. You can go to and click the button there, and they're content creators. So you can see that stuff down here. They have some hot topics, and then you can search for down here, and then recent posts, your basic website setup. But then what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we're going to hop over into the guide section, which is where the real meat and bones and structure of the site is. So like I said, we're on the Diablo 2 version of this right now. They also have it for Diablo 3, and it looks like up here they're going to be having some Diablo Immortal, which is going to be the mobile game. So they'll have content for that. But right now, like I said, we're focusing on Diablo 2. And I really wanted to do this for them because they've completely changed the way I played Diablo 3. I went from enjoying it to being a casual player to using their builds and pushing greater rifts, having my group push greater rifts, and kind of learn and understand better how everything works together. So we're gonna dive in here and just kind of show off their setups. So then right here we have classes. So you have your Amazon, Assassin, Barbarian, Druid, Necromancer, Paladin, Sorceress, all very nicely laid out, all with their portraits. You can click on each of these and it'll bring it down into it. And then if you scroll down here, you can even go into depth of what kind of guide you want. You can really fine tune and really quickly find what kind of content you're looking for. So we have keys, leveling, are you doing magic find, ruins, starter, support, or you're making an Uber's build. And then over here you can select, are you playing solo, are you playing group? And when you click this, it's going to break it down. Alright, now you're doing key group runs, and it's going to bring you into all these builds down here for the different classes. So we're going to come back up here then. We're going to click off keys, and we're going to click off groups, and we're just going to look at a sample build. So I'm going to be playing a paladin, so we'll check that out. So we're coming in here. I know it's going to be a magic build because I'm going to be running hammers. So I'm scrolling down here and I know I want to play hammers. That's what I played when it came out. That's what I'm going to play now. That's what I really like. So now we're going to click in here and see what they have to offer as far as how their guide goes. They have a bunch of different writers that make these up, do it. You can see their little quick links. It's guide, it's Diablo 2 Fire, guides, Diablo 2 Magic. This is who wrote it. So now I'm going to click into here. Everything's going to load up. Don't mind that down there. So now up here, Bless Hammered Paladin Guide, Magic Physical Paladin Group, Solo Magic Find Keys. This is what it's all going to be viable in. This is when it was published and when it was updated. So when you scroll down, they've got a nice little banner here. And then over here they have an introduction. So this is going to give you a layout about the character, how it works, what it's doing, what you're looking to do, and all that. The concept of it. Then over here that's going to show what a maxed out build looks like. Right here at the top, always on each of their sections, it is what that build you're looking at looks like completely decked out. And to show you how awesome their site is, when you actually hover over, it's going to show you exactly what's there and what it has on it. And a lot of times for these ones that are maxed out, it's like, this is 100% the best that you can get. So when you're rolling items and looking at stats and like that, when you're looking at this right here, you know, the numbers and everything that's listed there, that's what it's going to be at its absolute best. So here you can see you have Heart of the Oak, you're running an Enigma, Sheikah with an Ist Ruin in it, you know, for that magic find. Mara's Kaleidoscope Amulet. Over here, Herald of Zakarum Shield. We got some more Travelers. Magic Find Ring. Another Magic Find Ring. We got an Arachnid's Mesh. Mage Fish. And you're going to come down here and you're going to see this is all the charms that they have laid out there. So they have an Annie as well. Very nice. You have Geeds right there. Your Hellfire Torch, which one you want for that, what you want it to have on there. Town Portal, Haragic Cube. Whoops, didn't mean to click that. That's going to pull up to something else. I don't want to be in there. Actually, we are going to actually check that out next. But let me finish going through this main page first, and then we'll check that out. So then here, it's showing your ideal variants. So you're going to be using Blessed Hammer, Concentration, Holy Shield, and Teleport. And then one of the cool things they do down here right here is it gives you a little thing, you know, the guide build assumes that your character is at least level 70 before transitioning to it. Check out our Paladin Leveling Guide and our general leveling strategies to reach level 75. And then it's going to give you pros and cons of this build, and they do this for everything. Every single character has pros, they have cons, and it tells you exactly what they are. So tanky, almost no immunes, great for magic find, easy to learn, difficult to master. With variations, it can do any content, so you know you can hot swap out some pieces, and you can kind of do whatever you want to do. And then over here, it gives like the bad parts of it, because you know everything has their pros and cons. There's good about some builds, there's bad about some builds. And they list out the good and the bad. They don't really hide anything. So now we're going to scroll down some more. And it's going to lay out the skills, and it's going to tell you to put 1 point into each of these, because that's what you're going to need to be able to get your other moves here. And then it's going to tell you, alright, you're going to max out these moves right here. And then you can see that here. You can click through. Everything's super interactive on this site. Like, they put so much time and effort into having all this stuff here. It is awesome. And then also, one of the cool things, too, is if you want to see it as you're leveling, you can do it like this. You can bring it up wherever you're at. And it's going to show you where all your points should be going. It is super awesome. So that's your skills right there. We're going to go down. Damage. It's going to give you, you know, a little talk about how you're dealing damage, what you're using, you know, when to use it. Your utility skills. It's going to go through all the different ones you have, when you use them, how you use them. Laid out very well. Everything's color-coded. Each different thing has a different color, so you can really distinguish what you're reading and looking at. And then it's going to come down here, and it's going to talk about your attributes next, because that'll be the next part of the build, is where do you have to put points in to be able to have this stuff on and whatnot. So it breaks this down: strength, dexterity, vitality, energy. They're the 4 stats, you know, that we have in Diablo, so that's going to show that all right there. And then you're going to come down here to the bottom, and we're going to have some miscellaneous options. Miscellaneous sections here. So here we have some gear options. So you can click in that, and now you're going to come down. It's gonna talk to you about some stuff. It's going to tell you most important stats, little general information like this, and then it's going to... And all this you can click over and see exactly what it is. So it's going to tell you, you know, what stats do you want, what different items are good. So as you get different items, you can be hot swapping stuff out until you get like those better pieces working up to it. And it goes through every slot here: weapon, offhand, weapon swap, offhand swap, helmets, body armors, gloves, belts, boots, amulets, rings, charms, and then the unique charms. Scroll that. And then we got farming spots. So where do you want to farm to find some of these things? And it's going to give you immunities of the areas that you might run into. So then down here, Act 1, this is the stuff you'd farm here. How hard is it? It lays it out right there. Act 2, Act 3, Act 4, Act 5, and then there you go. So now you can look and you can see where you want to farm out some stuff. And they've got this all laid out for you. Next, you come down and you're Mercenary, because every character will get a Mercenary. You earn them in Act 1, and they have them all the way up to Act 5, each one having a different type. And it's going to tell you exactly which one you want to have, what you want to prioritize with them with, and then it's going to give them gear too. Again, everything showing exactly what it should be. And it's going to lay out about them a little bit more, and then you're going to come down here, and now we got some play style. This is just going to run you through like what your rotation would be, how you want to set up, how you want to go into combat, how you want to go into these different things. And then next up, when you're getting into the real crazy, like if you're going to be like a crazy hardcore player, then you're going to look into breakpoints. And you can go through, you can read all this, it lists out every single thing. And it tells you about all your different breakpoints for this character. And now we come down and it lays out a little bit of information here about hardcore. And that's the mode where when you die, you lose everything, you lose your character. And then if you come down to the bottom here, we're going to have build variants. So, okay, here's a starter build. This is going to be stuff that you can create real easy. And they have it, level 75. 99 is where you'll cap out at. We've got what a standard build would look like, which is kind of what we saw at top. Magic Find for doing Ubers. For playing hardcore, the variant of that you would use. If you want to use Holy Bolt instead of hammers. And then the high investment. This is you're dumping all your time. You're getting everything into this. You're farming everything. You've got a variant of that too as well here. And it's going to scroll through and go everything about that. And you're going to come down here, mechanics. There's strength and dexterity bugs that the game has that you can kind of use to super min-max your characters. So you can check out that, more about hammers, Holy Bolt, and Smite. And then down at the bottom it gives you a little bit of summary, which is awesome. There's just so much information, just even right there. And it's laid out like that for every character, every build type, every combination that can be come up with. They have it there, and it's laid out for you. And the great thing about this already is all this is translating over into Diablo II Resurrected. So all that information, all that knowledge that everybody has from playing Diablo II all those years ago and continuing to play it over the years, it's right here, and you can invest that now. And like I said, this is just a great source for you to come check out stuff. So we're going to come back to guides real quick. And then that'll be for your class setups, like whatever one you want to play. Like I said, I was showing Paladin. Come over here to Barbarian. We want to be a support barb because, everybody loves to click into here. And again, everything that you would need on him for being a support barb. He comes in, shouts, it's showing off a little clip there, and it's just laid out great for every character. Then you want to hop in more, let's say you're having fun, you made your first character, and now you really want to get into this. Alright, we're going to come in, and they're going to have information about tier list for doing all these different activities. Do you want to fine-tune a character for just one thing overall, or do you want to have a couple different characters? Okay, I want to make a Necro to do this, I want to make my Sorcerer to do this, I want to make my Paladin to do this. My Paladin's my main do-everything guy. Okay, I'm gonna now create, one of each character so I can have them, but one's gonna be my Rune Word Hunter, one's gonna be doing Ubers, one's gonna be like my solo character, one's, and they break this down. So you can come in here, you click, Everything's very well laid out, as usual, as everything on this site. It's going to tell you about it, and then it's going to break it down. S to D, like anything, and this is just what they think. Fastest farming builds, up to the 20% slower. It gives a breakdown of how fast they're going to be, and then that's what they are there, and they're just so much laid out here. It's great. Now we're going to come over to meta. We're going to click into this, and this is a really great read, because this is going to be information that you need from starting a brand new character and running all the way up to hell. And this is just strategy. I believe this is talking about some of their world first. They were trying to go for world first runs to get from the beginning to the end. So they tell you general introduction, general strategy. They break everything down between all the characters that you want with you, because they're using an 8-man party here to do this, to rush us as fast as possible. Here's all your builds that they're going to set up. The route, what you're going to do. Act 1, Act 3, Act 4, Act 5, the Cal level. Nightmare difficulty, then they go into the next difficulty, because there's normal, nightmare, hell. And it's just so well laid out, and so much information. Like, these guys, they just kill it. Let me come over here, and now we got some stuff at items, so you can see base items, ruin words, set items, crafted, gems, ruins, unique. So we'll click in, we'll look at some sets. It's got them all listed down. Normal, exceptional, elite. You can come in here, look, and it's showing off each piece of that set and all the information about it. Like, it's great. It's just, like I said, it's laid out, it's amazing, and there's been so much time and thought put into the site, how they do things, how they lay it out. Like, this resource is amazing. It's like having, back in the day we had guides. We had those big, thick, huge guides that would come out. It's right here for you, just interactive, laid out. You can click, see right at your computer, on your tablet, on your phone, wherever you need it. And then one of the other cool thing is, so they got quick pull down here for resources. So you've got mechanics if you need to learn about any mechanics. If you're completely new to the game, never played this kind of game before, you can go through here and you can read through attack modifiers, attack speed, crowd control, what is all that, different mechanics of the games, different guides that they have to doing different things. There's PvP in the game, progression, about all the different areas, monsters, characters, and then they've got tools. So they've dropped calculator, experience calculator, gamble calculator, it looks like a to becoming ruin word. And then down here they have the D2 planner, where you can come in and you can completely gear out and plan your character. So you can come in, Oops, we need this. Yes. We're going to put here, that's going to tell you calculations about it. Once we go in, we can start clicking. Okay, what do we want to get? We want to throw this here. You can go through as ridiculous as you want it, and you can set up and create and plan out your whole character here and see how it's going to come out. Do you want to test out something? Do you want to see if it's valuable? Do you want to see how you can fine-tune your already character that you have? So you could, have the game up, have this up, be pulling in all of your information on that, and plan it out here and check it out. But yeah, like I said, just overall, amazing site. I really want to show it off, highlight how their guides are set up, what they have, the different information they have there, because I think this is going to be your biggest, post-game, even pre-game, even after it launches. You can use this a ton, and this has all this information there for you, and that's going to be helpful than watching 30, 40, 50 different videos. You can go here, and you can find exactly what you want. So to close this out, I just want to thank the Maxroll team. You guys do an excellent job. Your site's amazing. Like I said, it changed the way I played Diablo 3. It changed how far I was able to push my characters, and my understanding of how the builds there worked even more than I already understood. And now it's going to be time to use you guys in D2. I'm going to follow some things, look at some things, because there was stuff that I played before that I never really got into. Like, I had the end game rune words, but I never got into early to mid game rune words. And they've got stuff listed out there. They lay that out for you. So again, check this out. It's GG. It's d2.maxroll.gg. You can go to maxroll.gg as well, and it'll bring up, I think it's defaults to the Diablo 3. And they have all that same information there for Diablo 3 as well. I will also link this down into the description below. So thank you guys for checking this out. Thanks for looking over this. Like I said, this is kind of something different than I normally do, but I really felt I wanted to make that after reading through and using the site so much. And, hearing it, it gets shouted out here and there on some other content creator stuff, but no one's really, super overviewed it, so I just wanted to do this. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in Diablo 2. Until next time, thanks for watching.